So, title: Do women confuse toxic bad boys as masculine leaders? So I want to know y'all thoughts on it. So make sure you chime in the chat. I want to get your thoughts on this one. But I do have a video that I want to share because this video kind of prompted this question for me because of the interactions that I saw on this particular clip. Now, this comes from Jay Hamp. Jay Hamp's podcast, It Might Be Risky. Shout out to him. Listen, I've been binge watching their videos and their lives. Let me tell you something. I like the content that they have over there, honestly. And I think I like the perspective that it's DJ Hamp. I think that's what it is. DJ Hamp. I like how he handles his panels, to be honest with you. I like the way his perspective and the way he does it. I like how it's, he runs his podcast. I will say that. And I think they have a lot of good, interesting points over there. And I want to share this particular video because it was very interesting what occurred on this particular live. And it prompted the title of this video because I wanted to know if this is how women are picking the wrong guys for relationships. If this is why so many women are having these complaints about the guys that they pick, is because they are picking the wrong guys. And they're picking guys based off of this kind of, these men for having masculine traits that they like. But at the same time, it's almost like the masculine traits that they are attracted to are some of the could be confused as toxic traits. Because men are just masculine by nature, right? Just like women should be feminine by nature. It's just supposed to be a part of who you are. So, I think a lot of these women are picking toxic men, in my opinion, and picking them and are being attracted to them because they believe that somehow this is what masculinity is supposed to look like. And I think they might be getting it confused. But I want to know your thoughts in the chat. So make sure you are leaving your thoughts in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts on this. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the clip. And I want you guys to definitely chime in the comments. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Here we go.
You're asking for yourself.
Hey, love.
Sex crybabies.
Hey, love. I'm a very good listener, right? And what you said was, and I assume you said that, so correct me, leadership and masculinity is not an on and off. It's something that you are. But then you said that these women are masculine, and they always say, if I meet the right man, I will be feminine. Right? So men have to be exactly what they are, static, masculine, stoic, forever, no matter what situation. They can say, depend on the situation, depend on where I am, I'm going to defer control to amp. This is his panel. I'm going to actually lower my ego, lower my tone, and let him lead. But women that are hyper masculine, that cut each other, like that they literally want to have depends on the relationship, that want to do everything, they have the right to say, I am only this because it's necessary. When I meet my right man, I will fall in my femininity. Do you think that's actually something that it happens, or do you think it's just game that women run for excuse to be masculine?
Can I say something? Are you asking the panel or are you asking Love?
No, I'm asking Love.
Go, Dana. Go, Dana.
Okay, so there's no way, we're women. There's no way for us to exist, behave outside of our femininity. It's innate. It's who we are. There's no such thing as resting in my femininity or somebody triggering my femininity or me turning it on or off. That it just can't happen. It doesn't happen that way because we're women and we're feminine. That's our nature.
So when you were cussing Trigger Mike like a sailor, were you being feminine that day?
No, I was drunk that day.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Love, let me ask you a question.
That's a Johnny Walker Blue Label.
But
Before they continue, I want to say, I think that women by nature are feminine. Right? You're supposed to be feminine, but I think they have masculine traits. They've picked up this masculinity from men, what they presume or assume is masculine, and they just do things just out of just is it? But is it really masculine or feminine, or it's just toxic? Is it just, a nasty behavior? Is it just, how you are, as a person? Does it always have to be attributed to whether you're masculine or feminine? Or is it just that you just have a nasty attitude and you don't know how to talk to people and you're just a nasty person? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it all about being masculine and feminine? If you cuss somebody out, you like to cuss people out. You don't know how to have a conversation. You have a temper problem, or anger problem. Like, is it just masculine and feminine alone, or is it just you have some other horrible traits about yourself that you need to work on and you don't see it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I just think it's just you got issues all around. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
I'll get to your point, Fatty.
Yeah,
Watch.
this is just the main issue.
Hey, hell, the same way we said they changed the rules to keep their femininity and their being virtuous women to get married, right? And Love's asking for an actual leader of men, right? Are they okay with us going back to how men used to lead? If Dana was disrespectful, Love was disrespectful, a man got physical. A man put you in your place. He made you be a good woman if you were acting out of line. I don't know why you're looking like that, Ro. But if we're act according to nature, just like anything else in nature, if men are actual leaders, you're gonna do exactly what he just told you to do. If he says jump high, jump, you're gonna say how high. If he tells you to go left, you didn't go left, I'm going to make you go left. You don't want those type of men. You don't want dominant men. You don't want those type of leaders, because to those excuse me, Dana, that's toxic. That's toxic for you. So if you want us to really get back in our leadership positions, to make sure the woman's doing what she's supposed to be doing, to make sure other men are doing what they're supposed to be doing, make sure kids are doing what they're supposed to do, I'm going to redirect you first. Then I'm going to shame you. Then I'm gonna punish you, and if I punish you, you stay and listening, I'm gonna take you out. Y'all don't want those type of men. That's what men would do as leaders. That's all toxic today now. So just make sure y'all address that point.
Now, pay attention. I don't know if you guys have already seen this, but this is where it takes a left turn because of what he just said. He's talking about men who were considered leaders like back in the day, men who, and now in today's society, women wouldn't even question those men. You wouldn't even raise your voice to those men because the consequences that could have been associated with it. And I'm not condoning that behavior, but I think women a lot of times try to separate. You want a man, a lot of these women want a man to be masculine when they think it's necessary, and they want him to be feminine when they think it's necessary. Just like they believe that they can turn on their femininity on and off, they think men should be able to do that too. And I just don't think that that's realistic. If a man is masculine, he's masculine all the time. If he's aggressive, that's just a part of his nature. He can't turn it on and off. So what I think, this is why I say for women, it's very confusing. Women really do think that men could do, think the way they think. Oh, so you should be able to, be ready to whoop somebody's ass for me, but then, turn that off. And then, if I come and talk to you crazy, you want that same aggressive masculine man who would whoop somebody's ass in a heartbeat for you. When you talking to him crazy, because it's you want him to just stand there and be silent and bow down to you because you're his woman, and just not say anything and accept you cussing him out and doing all this stuff. You're not supposed to be who you naturally are. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird. It's weird. But women think a certain way and they want men to think that way too and respond and act that way. And that's just not how they go. This was interesting though, but let's continue.
I'm sorry. All I heard was you gonna put hands on a woman. I'm sorry. Right.
I know.
Let them reply. I'm interested in the reply.
I'm just trying to listen. So you're saying if the woman is not listening, that's what you feel like you should have to resort to? Like, we have to go back to that?
Nay. If we have a kid and my son ain't listening to you and he disrespects you or do anything to you to violate you, should I be able to spank him?
You weren't talking about talk to him.
Can you hold? Can I be able to spank him?
I think you should be able to talk to him first.
If he touches you and violates, should I be able to touch him?
Okay, yeah.
If our daughter does that, should I be able to do it?
I'm different when it comes to girls.
Oh shit.
I am.
All right, that's fine. If a man is doing something towards you, can I get violent with him?
If a man is doing something towards me and you as my man?
Yes.
Yeah, man to man.
So what y'all demonstrate on here every single day is that you don't want nobody to put you in your place. You want men to be put in their place. Can I finish?
100.
Y'all don't want to have the responsibility and
He's
duty
right.
to be women or be put in your place when you're out of line, but you're real quick to make sure you put men in line when they're out of place and when they're wrong. And all of us will come together. Me, Hamp, Fatty will say, hey man, if you're out of line, I believe we should go back to a society where men should be get checked. Kids should get checked. The girl, the boy should get checked. Y'all don't want to get checked. You want to be able to do whatever you want to do and violate to the point that you even do what's in fake best in your best interest, because you're violating yourself. If we don't have family structure, if we're not invested in you being the best you can be, there's no family. There's no gender war, because if one of us lose, we all lose. So if we don't make sure that you're moving the best you can be in being loved, and you have that structure around you, and we invested in homosexuality, we invest in obesity, we invested in thought culture, there is no woman either. So if you don't let us make sure we check and be those leaders, you can't ask us to be leaders if we don't have no authority over you. It's just simple as that.
Exactly. And I think that just went right over their heads. You know, one thing you got to know about women is that, listen, when their minds are made up, their minds are made up. There's no type of logical thinking or sense that you could make that will allow them to hear what you're saying and get it. Once their minds are made up, what he's saying is like, wah, wah, wah. It's like, we ain't listened to what you're saying. We heard what you said before, and you were insinuating that we need to be beat like back in the day in order to get in line. That's all they heard. That's all they heard. They didn't hear none of the other stuff that he was saying, because it's like you're focused on that one point, and you're going to drive that home, and you don't hear nothing else that he's saying. That's how a lot of women think. This is why it's difficult to have conversations with women. And I get it. Listen, you know, because I've been difficult myself. I would tell you all the time, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna even lie. And I had to revisit that and look at myself and be like, damn, if I had to deal with somebody who, you know, who had that type of thinking, I don't know. Like you got, that's why I say you have to be self-aware. You have to be able to evaluate yourself and make some goddamn changes, because otherwise you're just gonna be like that for the rest to the day you die. You know, and this is how I could resonate with it, because I am a woman, and I know I've thought like that before. I admit it, because it's the truth, and I know how that is. And it's like beating a dead horse, baby. Once they make it up in their minds that this is the point they're gonna drive home, and this is all I'm focused, that's it. You can make all kind of logical sense, but they're not gonna hear you. And this is why communication is so important. But if you're trying to communicate with a person that act like they got bad understanding, baby, it's a wrap. Because let me tell you something, ain't nothing worse than a person with bad understanding. When you got super bad understanding, there's no getting through to them. Like, you could be talking all kind of good shit, and they're just like, they're going to come back and say something dumb, and it's just going to mess up the whole conversation. Then what happens? Men just walk off. They don't got time for that. Men just be walking off. Like, this is some bad understanding bullshit. I don't got time for this. They just end up leaving, walking. Why are you walking away? Because they're tired of your bullshit. And they see that you got bad understanding. So they don't even want to, it's just wasting time. So they don't want to do that. So I get it. But then women, men don't know how to communicate. You know, y'all a lot of times don't know how to communicate, because you're not listening. You're listening to respond. You're not listening to really hear the person and get something out of it and learn. They just think, oh, y'all just want to be right, and I know what I'm talking about, and this and that. It's just a waste of time. Let's continue though.
Well, I want to get another answer. Go ahead, Dana. For that question.
Say, Ali, I hear what you're saying. But the problem that I'm having with what you're saying is that you're equating, and let me finish before you interrupt. The problem is you're equating leadership and physical abuse. Like, there's no way to lead without because you're talking about reverting back to old ways. You're talking about reverting back to old ways. So in a different time, if I'm gonna discipline, or if I'm gonna lead, then I should be able to put hands on you. That shit is wild, bro. That shit is nuts. And so you can't equate the two. Okay, so if you want to be a leader, then lead, but that does not. The two don't exist.
And the way it came out to me was the best way to lead is you got to put your hands on. Like, I'm sorry, that's how I heard.
That's how it came. I'm telling you, that's
what I heard.
But didn't he say he gave like levels, right? This is why I say their listening skills are subjective. He said first. He lined it up, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he say first one thing, another thing, and then it could resort to that. The same way you raise your kids, right? The way you discipline your children. For some, everybody don't discipline their children the same way, because some levels of discipline may not be required depending on the child. So some kids, you know, if y'all have kids, some kids you don't have to raise your voice. You could tell them to do something and they just do it. Others, you got to raise your voice. Others, you got to let's tap. You know, that's what I called it when my babies were little. Let's tap. Okay, hold on. You ignore me when I'm talking to you nicely. You don't hear me for some reason. When I got to raise my voice, sometimes I just got to raise my voice a little bit, then get you to doing it. All right, and that'll work. Then other times, oh, you just straight ignore me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I got to like tap, let you know, okay, I'm not playing with you, get it done. And boom, that's really all you have to do. So there's levels to it, but there is some sort of discipline. And I think, I don't know. I feel that's why I say women play dumb sometimes. When you want to make a point, you want to act like you don't know where a person is coming from or what they're saying, because you want to make your point and you want to be right, but you end up wrong. Let's continue.
Hold on, Ali. Again, I don't think that's what you meant. I hope it's not what you meant, but that's how it came across.
Let me clarify.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I just want to play. Yeah, because they can hear me a little bit better sometimes. Did you hear he went to the entire maturation process of discipline?
Exactly.
You remember he said he's gonna correct her, right?
Right.
Verbally. Shame comes next.
Yep.
Right. It's a process. So at a point, if anybody that you have authority over stops listening, at a point, physically, you might have to discipline them.
Right.
So he's saying, is that what we need to go back to in order to get every?
That sounds like slavery. I'm sorry.
Fatty, let me go first.
Dana, 1 second.
Let's see, Fatty. Let's see if she understands, and then you can go, Fatty. Let's see if she understands, and then you can go.
No, I do understand what you're saying, Hamp. The only thing I was going to say is he said all of that, and after he made a very declarative statement. Okay, so
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. But Fatty's point was made.
I'm sorry, but
go.
He said all of that after he made a very declarative statement that equated to leadership being able to put hands on somebody. Okay, and
I'm never gonna stand for that.
Hold on, bruh, are you serious? Then he went on to describe it and to break it down and to go into the progression of, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But before that, the first thing that he said was very clear, and was very clear that he said, if we're going to revert back to old ways, y'all don't want us to be a leader, because if you want us to be a leader, then we should be able to put hands on you. That's what he said.
Okay, so this is why
Mr. Mike got the smoke, because we're talking about abuse.
Stop looking at the chat, please.
I'm still
Hey,
talking.
Fatty.
I got Charlie. Actually, I got Charlie.
You're about to go to the alpha, right?
It's not even like, this is why you want fake leaders, and you guys are actually want control of relationships. You will proper leader that does exactly what you want. Remember what Ali said. If our kid puts their hands on you, you want our lead to actually punish him. If another man puts their hands on you, disrespect you, like whatever, you want another man to actually put their hands on another man. This is current society. Everybody gets punished by their bad behavior. But as soon as a woman is inserted on that, oh, I don't think we should be doing that. You guys are not against violence. You guys are not against
man to man, though.
No, 1 second. You are against women having consequences, because in real life, what happens is, if I make a rule, everybody follows the rules. I am. If I go to Nay and I'm beating her on the street, Amp and Ilkan Ali are going to f me up, because there's their moral duty, there's their contract, a societal contract that they have with the community. They are going to defend you because you are weaker than me, and you guys are okay with that. If my kid puts my hand on you, you are okay with the dad saying, hey, I talk with you, you put your hands on your mother, I'll f you up. But as soon as we put the responsibility on a woman to play the same game, it's not over, it's not I don't know. You guys are telling people.
But do you understand, Fatty? It's man to man. It was man to man. Every example you gave was man to man.
It should never be man to a woman. Talk. Use your words.
Please, can you stop? I'm going to give you a.
And you know, she pissed me off. That one of that red hat baby looking like I ain't gonna even say, but anyway, she pissed me. Use your word. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I just, I'm just saying. Black women can be very belittling. Like they could say things that, you're like, why you have to take that approach? That's a grown man. He's not a child. Use your words. Like y'all don't really know these people for real, and they just be saying things that just so off-putting to me. And I'm just like, why? And it be the ones looking like that. Like they always be like that. And I'm like, why? I just don't understand it. You don't have to be like just you always got to get the last word in and looking real strange while doing it. Let's continue, y'all.
Personal example. My nephew is 12 years old. I am 6'2". My nephew is 5'11" by now at 12. Now he started to talk louder to his mom. Now he started actually to challenge it a little bit. A woman that was against violence all her life, all of a sudden understands why her uncles actually should say, hey man, give him a shake, put him on his place, because you don't do that shit to your mother. You understand that when it comes to kids are okay, male grown-ups are okay, but then you ask for leaders, and when I look at you, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? No, okay. The rules are, 1 second, the rules are for everybody. If you violate, there should be consequences. Man, kid, woman, extraterrestrial, whatever. If you guys want to do something like that, let's do it. But you are not above the law. You are not above punishment. You are not above repercussions. Go ahead.
Okay. So you just said what Ali said, which is basically you should be able to put your hands on a woman.
No. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Love. It's 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds. No, it's 5 seconds. Rules for me, but rules for D, but not for me. Either you want rules for everybody, or you don't want rules for nobody. Either you want leaders, and what leaders do is they tell the people that are below them what to do. If I say jump, you say how high. Either you want this alpha that you're talking about, because you was the one, Love. You said there's the lack of leaders in society. Either you want the leaders with the pros and the cons that they come associated with, or you want a beta male that is going to pamper you and is not going to do nothing, is not going to solve no problems, and then you can do whatever you want to do. Choose one.
Okay, all right. So
let Love go. Go ahead, Love.
You can have both.
All right, just Fatty. Can you just? Oh my God, I'm so exhausted. So
the
issue is. No, I said I'm exhausted. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm exhausted too. By you, though. I'm exhausted too. But I stay here because I'm a man.
Are you gonna keep on talking?
Absolutely not. Go ahead, lady. You got this.
This decorum is gone. So the issue is that you're equating leadership initially from my lead with abuse and putting your hands on someone.
Okay.
Now, as a true leader and as a man, it has been stated on this panel so many times, your simple presence, your voice should enact change. Your immediate response should not be to put your hands on a child or a woman.
I didn't say that.
No, are you listening to what I just said?
Yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying too, and the man didn't say that. So why would you bring that up? He didn't immediately go and whoop your. Some of y'all need it. I'm just saying he didn't say that. He didn't say immediately I'm just knock your head block off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so why comment in that way, respond in that way when that's not what was said. It's like they purposely missed the point, and on purpose. And it's like, oh Lord, it's exhausting. And I'm like, damn, if y'all been in a relationship with a woman who talk like this, listen, if you stayed for any amount of time, baby, I feel for you. Really, I get it. I understand why men just are exhausted and be like, I ain't dealing with this no more, ever again. Let's continue.
Progressionally, I will talk to you first.
No, that's not what I said. You gotta let her finish.
Hey, Dana, shut the fuck up.
You have.
Whoa, that's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do.
No, that's exactly what you're going to do. You are going to be quiet. I'm going to talk with her. You be quiet.
You don't talk to her like that.
No.
Okay, so you guys can talk by yourselves. Go ahead, guys. You got it.
Good. That's even better.
Hey, when you're finished, let me know.
That's ridiculous.
Didn't you want alphas and leaders?
Stop.
not
You see what alphas and leaders? I'm put you in your place.
Stop. You ain't a leader. You a bitch.
That's the point. That's the point. I'm actually a bitch.
Mute.
That's totally fine. That's totally
Mute.
fair.
Oh,
That's
you're a beta
totally
bitch. Mute.
I'm a beta. That's exactly what it is. It's totally fine. You see how I can react to that and not be on my feelings? It's fine. What I don't want you to do.
Engagement is off.
Dana's so crazy.
And you know what's funny? Tomorrow she's going to blame Jack Daniels again. This is not her being masculine. This is Jack Daniels, like she did with Trigger Mike. Love, please.
This is Johnny Walker, Blue Label, baby.
Love.
I have a question to pose.
Wait,
okay,
let me finish.
I promise you I'm going to take 5 seconds.
So
love.
Can y'all wrap
It's
this
very,
up?
it's very
But
serious.
no, Fatty, I was honestly still talking, and then
it's fine, but you are misrepresenting what we said.
No.
Love.
I said on previous podcasts on this panel, men have said that, and it should be this way. You don't have to resort to hands immediately. It should be literally your presence as a man, your voice as a man. The immediate thing should not be immediately towards physicality. If you're a true leader.
That's what Ali said.
And so, right. So I don't want to be misrepresented, is all I'm saying then. So yes, we still want alphas.
So where do you
Alphas
disagree?
do not mean
Hold on, Fatty.
No, I'm asking where she disagrees because she's saying what she's agrees.
But you're asking while she's talking. I'm trying to hear what she's saying.
She's just
I'm trying to pause too. I'm trying to do the same thing. I feel you. Hold on, player. Hold on.
Okay, I'll be quiet. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you. I like you, by the way. I don't like Dana.
She don't like you either, but that's all right. Go ahead, love.
Go ahead, love. Tell us.
So alpha and the leaders are lacking because when a man immediately resorts to violence and physicality, that's because he doesn't own and rest in his masculinity and his alpha, honestly. And so you immediately go to the hands. You immediately go to physicality when your simple presence, just like men talked about femininity, it's just something when you walk into the room, you can feel the femininity. And it was also equated to the alpha. When the alpha man walks into the room, you can just know and just feel it. And you own it, you possess it.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. You know that man that they talking about from back in the day, you know, maybe like Joe Jackson type or something, walk in the room, yeah, you feel it because you know what the possibilities are. So you act accordingly. You see what I'm saying? Because you know he don't play. Women talk a lot of bullshit. But a man could walk in a room and have a presence all day. You still would turn around and call him a bitch. You still would turn around and emasculate him or talk to him like he ain't nothing. It don't matter how tall he is, how he walk. If he say something that you don't like, you'll be ready to disrespect him. So because you know there's no consequences. You see what I'm saying? See, Joe Jackson type, come in there and you know what he about. You're not gonna try him. That's the difference. See, women try the men they know that they can get away with that with. A man you know you can't get away with that with, you ain't gonna even try. You didn't even go that route. It's like it ain't about just your presence. I mean, come on.
And so when you say something to a child, sit down. A father can say sit down without saying shut the F up or sit the F down. Sit down. And the child will sit down. Now, if another grown man is involved and he tries to put his hands on me, absolutely, because that's already the art of war between men. That's been established on this podcast before too. Mm-hmm. So we've never said, yes, we still want alphas. We still want leaders. We don't want abusers.
Okay, so this is why I ask you to explain what you mean by alphas. In nature, alphas are takers. He's actually ruthless. He's a person that will always put himself first because that alphas used to do. A beta is more compassionate. A beta will defer more. A beta will put you first. A beta will actually put you on a pedestal. So what I'm telling you is that when you choose an alpha, be careful with all the consequences that comes with the alpha, because it's more probable, that is more probable than alpha says, I love you, and then he goes on a business trip, sees Nay and Nay. A beta will say, oh my God, I love you.
Hell no. Watch it.
No, Nay. He's not a
But see, this is why I pose this question, because I want to know, I want to know your thoughts on this, because okay, this whole alpha and beta thing, we know the alphas are supposed to be, the masculine, strong, presenting ones, and the beta is supposed to be the weak ones, right? But as men, you're naturally supposed to be masculine, right? Just like women are naturally supposed to be feminine. So when you separate the two, alpha and beta, would you consider a beta a man who has he's a man, right? He's not feminine. I'm just saying. Well, I would ask this question: what do you call a man that's just a man? Who's masculine, about his business, has standards, all these things, but he doesn't beat women and he's not toxic, but he still can hear your point of view, but he's also going to make it known where he stands and what he wants and what he expects and all these things. But he's not going to knock your head in between the wash and the dryer. He has respect for women. He's not going to call you out your name. He's not going to do all these things. He's just a man. He's not going to tolerate your BS and all of that. He's going to have a conversation with you because he wants understanding. Just a man who, but the way they talk, like, they make it alpha is the top dog and the beta is the weakling. Okay. But the way women speak about it, like, oh, you a beta bitch and alpha is what I want. But all of the relationships that they've been in were trash. So were you in relationships with alphas? The men that you say abused you or was narcissists? The man that they all treated you bad? Every relationship you had a baby with him and he just left you. He didn't give a damn. He was screwing all, Pukisha and Brenda and Chili. Like, so if he's the alpha that you was with, and you say every relationship you was in was toxic, he was a narcissist, he was an abuser. So why do women keep focusing on whether somebody is an alpha or a beta, and y'all keep picking alphas and seem like the relationships always fail? So this is why I asked the question: are women confusing toxic men as betas? I mean, as alphas, and men who supposed, because they're alpha and they're supposed to be leaders and they're masculine, are they equating toxic men who don't have real good qualities for relationships and women as these masculine alpha men? Are they confusing the two? Is my question. Because it seems to me y'all like these alphas so much, and every relationship you in, until the point you don't have a relationship. And a beta, based on what I've gathered from on being on these social media streets, is I guess supposed to be the weaker one. But this is why some people don't. In a sense, I don't subscribe to this alpha beta stuff. In a sense, I don't. I had never heard of it before YouTube. All I know is men, and there are different types of men. Every man is not the same, but most men, I've been able to see men who are men. They'll fight when necessary. They don't back down, but they also know how to respect women. They don't beat women. All men are not abusers. A lot of men are very composed. They've been in situations where women in their face, and they know how to compose themselves and disassociate from her, because they know if they don't, they know what could happen. So that's why this alpha beta stuff can be confusing. And I just think these women do move on this idea of, a alpha, because that's what we want. But then when he's explained to what an alpha would really be comprised of, we don't want that. But if you go back in the day, they talk about, the men back then, they probably was considered alphas because they were attracting all the women. But then they turn around and they'll knock your head in between the washer and the dryer if you get out of line. So you have to make a real distinction between what do you want when it comes to alpha, beta, all that. Because I think the lines are blurred, and I think these women are misinformed, and I think that they're going based off of that, and they're not picking right. They're really not.
What I'm not going to do is sit idly and listen to men defending abuse.
You saw nobody's going to say nothing.
Fatty, please let me
No,
finish.
no woman is going
I
to
don't
say
have to
anything
respond
about
to
it.
what
Yeah,
you said.
Fatty.
I can talk. I can talk
No
without
woman is
responding
going to
to
defend
Fatty, you
you.
know we were all quiet while you were talking. Let Dana
Who's
talk.
defending
So
abuse
no
or
woman
not?
is going to defend.
But
say
Fatty,
amen.
but you can come in a second
Baby,
though.
I
She was
don't
the
have to
whole time
respond
you were
to what
talking,
you
she was
said.
quiet.
I don't have to respond to
This
what
is
you
the
said.
problem
I
with the
let you,
sisterhood.
I
When
let
somebody-
you speak. I don't
when
have to
somebody
respond
is
to what you
lying,
said.
you guys
I
keep check
don't
her.
have to
Nobody's
respond to
defending
what
abuse.
you said.
Fatty,
I
come
don't
on,
have to
Fatty.
respond to what
Nobody's
you said.
defending
To
abuse.
be fair, Fatty, she
Right, it
hasn't said
doesn't
anything
matter.
before.
No, but hey, it's not the
But
point.
she wasn't even talking
But
though.
Fatty,
The
can you
whole-
please?
Yeah, the
not the-
whole time you spoke, she was actually quiet listening to
Yeah,
you
but
so
she-
she can respond.
But she's lying. That's the point. You guys are going to let her lie.
So then rebut
I haven't
her
said
statement
anything.
after
I
she
haven't said
speaks.
anything.
You jumping
I'm
in.
not here and say that like let men defend abuse. Who
All
was
right, it's
tell
the
me?
Fatty show. I'm quiet.
Thank you right now. Who is going to like
It is
the
the
same,
like
the same way?
no,
Foster-
but she
one second,
honestly
one
let you talk, and she was just trying to
This
talk.
is
and you
not
let
how I
her-
wanted to
quiet the
bring
whole
my
time.
birthday. For
Like,
real.
You were
That's
quiet,
what I
Dana. You were quiet. You allow him to speak. So
Okay,
we're
then-
trying to operate like that. So Dad, Fatty, hold on, let her speak. So we want to hear what she
Fine,
got to say.
Dana. Okay, you can lie on us. The sisterhood is protecting you. Go ahead, Dana. You got this. Lie on us. Tell us that you are defending abuse.
No,
and
Fatty, you have
promoting
to let her
abuse.
talk. Hamp, I don't know where Hamp is at, but at some
Why don't
point,
you mute me?
Probably watching
I
us
don't- I
go
just
back and
honestly-
forth.
if I had the ability to mute you, I would have a long time
So you
ago.
are. So you're not the
Hamp is
moderator on the show, right?
I'm not the moderator. Hamp
Thank you
has
very
the
much.
This is the women's POV though, but still, we want respect. We gave
Go
you,
ahead.
we're giving respect. We give you respect. So allow her to speak.
Go ahead, Dana. Lie on us and say that you are promoting abuse. You got this.
Okay, here I go. So what I'm not going to do is sit on the
I'm
show
not gonna do.
because you had a lot to say, Fatty, and I'm not asking you to respond right this second. You had a lot to say, but what stood out to me the most was you defending abuse. You said that there are consequences if things get to a certain point, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. You can have whatever expression you want, but if we roll the tape back, the tape is going to say exactly what I'm saying. And so I'm not sitting here for that. I'm not standing for it. It's like you can't justify it, you can't defend it. And the way that you and your cohort, the way that you guys are trying to make it sound like it's normal and trying to I don't know again conflate leadership with physical abuse, whether it's the women or the children or whomever. It's asinine and it's insane to me, and I cannot be a part of that. So what I was going to say before you interrupted is that I'll say nothing else because I'm not going to participate in that sort of conversation at all.
Okay, so Tay, did we promote abuse? Yes or no?
Did I what now? Say it again.
Did we as men promote abuse and abusing women? Yes or no?
Are you promoting abuse?
Yeah, if Dana said that we are promoting abuse, right? Did we promote abuse towards women? Yes or no?
Promote abuse? No, I would.
In the
no.
context that she used, yes, because you guys were
No,
saying
not- oh.
if a woman gets out of line, then you'll hit her. That's
Yeah.
what everybody
Okay.
heard.
Damn, baby. This is why I say understanding is important. When you have bad understanding, there's no winning. There's no winning that. Do y'all think these men were promoting abuse by addressing the type of guys or the leaders that women say they want, comparing it to back in the day, and even not just even back in the day, is in other countries, right? Somebody mentioned other countries. Other countries it's not a matriarchy in them other countries, right? It's a patriarchy, right? The women in some countries don't have free reign to be like women in the West, right? You don't have. Somebody was telling me in the country, some other countries, you get out of line, so them men could knock the shit out of you and nothing, and that's it. That's just the law. Like, so it's not even back in the day. There are countries who still operate in that way where the men are the leaders and what they say go. And in here, it's totally different. Like, women have free reign to do what they want, say what they want, talk to, get in your face and do all this, and there's no consequences. So you could provoke a man. You can get in his face and push his head and hit him and do all this. But the minute he responds to that disrespect, he's the problem in this country. But that's not how it is in a lot of other countries. And so, I mean, I just don't understand. Child, this is why this was the problem. I'm telling y'all. Let's continue.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I hear what you were saying, like backing it up. You guys were, well, the point you were trying to make was, do we need to go back to the old ways? I don't know what the old ways were. I didn't live in those times, but if we're talking about cave days, then that means everything's gonna have to change, not just men. You know what I mean? Women are gonna have to change too. Like, meaning we can't work. We got to go home, and we have to be home with the children. We got to like that. So I don't think that was a good. We shouldn't be going down that path. What I want to bring into the light is that in a marriage or relationship leading to marriage, I think there's compromise needed on both ends. And what I've gathered from my intelligent conversations with the men that I respect in my life is that men need respect and women need love. Do you agree with that?
I'm defending eating woman, so I don't know what to talk about love and shit.
But I mean, okay. So do you agree?
No. We are not going to move. You guys want to move past that? If you guys are telling that man that came here, with all the respect, I know I picked on Dana, but I wasn't disrespectful for you guys. You accusing a man of actually promoting eating woman is a very serious accusation. So if you're going to side with Dana and say that we said that, there's no conversation to be had. I'm not going to actually have a conversation in good faith when you know for a fact that I literally told, if a guy is putting an hand on Nay, I will whoop his ass because he doesn't put a hand on a woman like that. If your kid puts the hands on Nay, I will check him because he can be putting his hands on a woman. But now you are telling me that I'm defending eating a woman when there was not the point at all. Be honest about it, please. If you're not going to be honest about it, I'm not going to continue talking about love and shit when you're.
Right. Anthony H says, why you don't converse with booger bears, child? Right. There's no getting through. You're gonna be the bad guy. That man, I think what Ali said and what they're saying, that was not promoting abuse. That's crazy to take it to that extreme. Y'all are promoting abuse. And I will not sit here and allow that, but you're still on the panel. I would think that if you really took it that harshly, you would get remove yourself. But they don't remove themselves. They still want to talk. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, y'all. We got about, okay, y'all went up a little. Hit the like button, y'all. 82 watching, 61 likes. Hit the like button.
Not willing to be honest about what I said.
Fatty, can I interject real quick? Because I feel like there's a misunderstanding here, because the initial comment was made by your cohort. It was made by Ali, but it seems as though you supported it and backed it up because you were trying to explain it on his behalf. You didn't say it yourself out of your own mouth, but he did. So and you hold on, but you supported it and defended it.
Yes.
You didn't shame him. You didn't try to bring more understanding to the conversation. There wasn't anything other than you defending what he said. And that's the problem that I'm having right now.
Okay. So I don't know if you noticed, when Love was talking about it, Love literally said the first statement sounded wrong, but then when he actually expanded and clarified, now I understand what he's talking about. And I asked Love, what do you disagree? And she actually didn't say what she disagrees. Sounds like she actually agrees. Again, she doesn't. We expounded on it. I get it sounds rough, but we actually explain why we said what we said. Ask Love. You are doing this whole fall. Tell me, what am I wrong? What do you disagree with what we said? It was actually very easy to understand. So I
beat the hell out of this topic. Honestly, we did. We beat the hell out of this topic. And it's time to move on to the next topic.
Hell no.
We didn't even really touch upon.
And this is the shit that I be saying too. When something is being pointed out that would point to you being wrong, now you want to move on. No, hell to the goddamn now. No, we gonna sit and we gonna hash it all out now. No, you can't just spew your hatred and then want to move on now that you got to be in the hot seat. Oh hell no, we ain't moving. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna sit right here. That's what we're gonna sit right here and we gonna go through what you said. Why didn't y'all ask more questions? it was clear to me what Ali said. I don't know what part they missed. I wouldn't say he's sitting here promoting abuse. No, he talked about a certain time and a group of men in that time and what would be considered that alpha man or that masculine man, a leader that they all say they want. And somehow they couldn't, I'm pretty sure they all educated, because they all educated at this point, couldn't understand that and decipher the difference between him promoting abuse and then as opposed to speaking about a certain time and how men who would be considered leaders were perceived and what the actions of the even Fatty gave some science behind it, and that lady at the top right said, oh, I don't think I believe that. It's like this is why there's a disconnect. And I'm just saying, they didn't sit here and say, oh, I think men should go beat women. That's y'all saying that's what they were insinuating. They was talking about what it was back in the day. But when they want to make this point themselves, is okay. A lot of women always talk about men back in the day were abusive to women. Women were getting abused. And this is what we fought against. All he's saying is that was the type of men that were considered leaders back then. This is what it entailed. This is what part of it, basically. But y'all could go back and say, oh yeah, the men back in the day, it was this and it was that, and women got tired of this. And it's like you can acknowledge a point in time when you're presenting it as a point, but when a man does it, oh my God, I would not tolerate them talking about promoting abuse.
So
go ahead, Ali. Say what you had to say.
So this is a clear example of what our women are doing in society, and why y'all aligning with the Queen Makers and the Cynthia G's and all these women that's promoting the deletion of black men, that's promoting the false narrative of black men. We're violent. We're the leaders. We're grapers. We're this is what y'all promoting all the time when accountability has to happen. Right. I told you and I asked you if you wanted to go back to a society where men were in full authority. Right. If you didn't listen, he corrected. Right. If you still didn't listen, he redirected. Exactly. If you then still didn't listen, I'm saying men, women, and children, then he got physical. And if he had to get physical, then he could possibly take out. That's the saying, take you out of here. That's the saying, y'all might have said it to your kids when you felt a certain type of way. I brought you into this world, I can take you out. What y'all doing right now is extremely disrespectful, and it's dangerous. The fact that you'll say we promoting violence when we said exactly what we said. Nobody supports us because we promote violence. Nobody would be with Ali and Fatty if we promoted violence on the people and we promoted stuff like that towards women and say, hey, we should just be violent towards people. What's funny is women and men that the beta men y'all like, they'll support your narrative too if they don't like an alpha man or a dominant man or men like Fatty or Ali. They'll lie and push that narrative as well too. But the fact y'all know, you've seen me before, you know me. The fact that you'll keep pushing it after he even said exactly what I said and you heard what I said it shows how dangerous our women are even to us. Exactly. And y'all have sons, y'all have brothers, y'all have fathers, uncle, grandfathers, and men in your families that you'll even allow other women to support this narrative when it's convenient, when you have to be accountable. So I'll just say that. Say what you want to say when if you're being truthful, say it. I'll own it. But when you're being disingenuous and go this far to say that we're promoting that, it's extremely dangerous, and it says a lot about our community and what black women do. Not the ratchet black woman, not the so-called thotty black woman, the classy black women, the so-called good women, the educated black women are doing this. Not the worst of our women. Well, they do it too, but y'all supposed to be the good ones.
Yeah, they full of shit, and he's right. He's absolutely right, and they don't care. They don't give a damn. Oh, baby! Shout out to DJ Hamp. That was a lot. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Fatty. This is just crazy. How you go from having a conversation and stating a point to you're promoting violence toward women like that is insane to me. But this is how these educated women think, baby. And if you don't want to, men don't want to deal with these type of women with this type of mindset. It's like it's not productive. It's really not.